All good. Thanks, Benoit. Okay, folks. I will let you know shortly how this works. First of all, I'm not in an office. I'm outside on a small terrace. But I can't be in an office right now, and so that's sorry for the location. You can see a very not so nice building here. And it's very cold here outside. It actually did snow 2 days ago, so it's still cold, and I still did go with ski tour, so it's quite amazing. But today I want to do a live stream because now the very busy time is coming with a lot of new announcements. And what I will do today is first of all go over some news for 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, then over the latest rumors for 2 minutes, so it will take 4 minutes in total. And then you can start with your questions. I will try to answer them and also try to give you some additional tidbits that I didn't share the past week. But the important thing is that in May we will get a ton of announcements from Sony, Leica, Panasonic, Canon, Nikon. I don't know if I forgot some company, Fuji, of course. And I keep now every day receiving new kind of info, some very exciting. So today I want to talk about this. But first, let me go over some news that are very important for us. This was the week with many new firmware updates, like from Sigma. We got firmware updates for their E-mount lenses to add A9III compatibility, 120 frames per second, but not in APS-c modus because there is a limitation from Sony. We also got finally the A1 2.01 firmware update that does fix an important bug. Plus, we have the A9III 2.0 firmware update. I noticed that a couple of readers missed that note from Sony that after the update you get this Wi-Fi Bluetooth issue message, and there is a way to solve it if you do this. Post this video if you have the issue and read the how-to, and you will get rid of it. But I saw that some people missed this, so this is an important news. Moving on, the first Sigma and Tamron RF lenses have been announced, at least in development. Those are all aps-c lenses. We have to see if there will be also in the future full-frame lenses for the RF mount system. If not, then it's a big letdown. Then, very important. I know also some sources are watching me, and there's a busy time ahead. And if you happen to know something and you feel like to share it, you can share it on sonyalpha.com using that contact box, anonymous contact box. I try to use a nickname. You can see it here. I will link to the contact box in the description of this video, so just click on the link. You will land here. You can send images, and you can also contact me directly on sonyalpha.gmail.com. You can send me rumors from any manufacturers, not only from Sony, and indeed many are using it right now. But the more info I get, the more I can get the sense if an info is reliable or not. So help me out to get the rumors right if you are able and feel like to share them. Now let's move on to the rumor part. I will quickly go over the rumors about what's coming in May, and then go into details and on some of the rumors, and also answer your questions. Before I start with the rumor, I just posted this news on sonyalpha.com where Sony claims that the RX1 was actually the most important camera they ever launched. I do agree, and I hope there will be a new model this year. That's my hope, but let's see. But it's a cool statement that they recognize the importance of this camera. Another news, sir, before I kick off with the rumors. In Japan, for the first time, the digital camera market did go up a tiny bit in 2023, which is a good news. We also saw the Viltrox 300mm 4.0 lens, which will cost $65,000. It has been displayed at an NAB show. Quite a big lens, as you can see. Another news that I forgot to mention: Mapcamera, a very large store in Japan, did show what were the best-selling cameras of 2023, and the Nikon Z8 and the ZF are on top. So a big win for Nikon. There are many Sony cameras also, and also Canon cameras, but on top you can see Nikon. Small news, some Nikon lenses are actually designed by Tamron. We know it because Tamron publishes the patents, and you can see that, for example, the 180-600mm lens from Nikon is actually made by Tamron, because this is a Tamron patent, and this is the lens design from the Nikon lens. You can see the news on nikonite.com. So, folks, now let's kick off with the rumors. Panasonic will announce 3 cameras in the next couple of months, and I told you that the first camera will be announced in May, and it's a kind of camera that will not be a successor of a camera like, for example, the S1 or the GH7, GH6, sorry, so it will be a new kind of model. And tomorrow we'll post a video with a small additional tidbit that I just got minutes ago from a source, from a trusted source, but I can tell you right now, for you, it's not going to be a high-end camera, so it's more like an entry mid-level camera from Panasonic that is coming in May. I still don't know if it's a fixed lens or an entry-level MFT or L-mount camera. Could be a fixed lens camera. That's just my feeling right now, but I'm not really sure. But Panasonic will announce this camera, and then there will be 2 more cameras in the summertime. So pretty busy work from Lumix and Panasonic, so hopefully we are going to see a nice new camera from Panasonic in May, and this will be the first very important announcement. Then Fuji will have a major announcement. They will announce the X-T50, a small image has been leaked, and also the GFX 100S2. So on fujirumors.com you can see a ton of rumors about those cameras, and he's 100% spot on nearly every time he shares rumors, so check out fujirumors.com. I don't know how Fuji does it to announce so many cameras every year, but it's amazing. I am not a big fan of the GFX 100S2 that will come. For me, this is very redundant what they are doing. I think they should have done a sort of XT medium format camera instead, but they are not going to do it this year, and probably not even next year. But I think those medium format cameras, they often are too close to each other. They should try to think to differentiate it more. But yeah, Fuji anyway, always busy with new announcements. And so we have Panasonic, we know what's coming, a sort of entry-level new kind of camera. Fuji, the 2 cameras I mentioned. Then let's move on with the next announcement. Here, like I told you already on sonyfilms.com, Sony will announce the ZV-E10II with a new kit lens in May, and we don't have the specs yet. There are some unreliable specs I got, but I'm not going to post something where I'm not sure yet, but my best guess is that it will use the same A6700 sensor and just have more that cheap plastic body with some AI features for vloggers. And no matter what you think about this camera, this is a hot seller camera. The ZV-E10II is still on Amazon the best-selling camera, mirrorless camera, so it makes sense they will release that ZV-E10II with some additional features, and that's what we're getting from Sony in May. I still don't know if the 24-72.0 GM, so that amazing, stunning lens, will be announced in May or more likely in June with the 85 1.4 GM2. What the other stuff from Sony, what's coming after that, I will talk about this later, but let's see what's coming in May again. There will be a new Sigma 24-72.82 zoom lens. That's the info I leaked today. It's coming in mid-May. It's redesigned, so it's not a small updated lens. It's a it looks like a completely newly designed lens that is much more compact, sharper, better color rendition, improved AEF performance on the Sony E-mount cameras, and this could be quite a nice lens. And from what I heard, this is the only Sigma lens that will be announced in May, but there will be another announcement quite soon after from Sigma for another lens. So Sigma is also busy, and so we covered Sony, Sigma, Panasonic. Then of course Fuji Leica will announce the D-LUX8. That's something I will talk more about tomorrow on mirrorlessrumors.com, but there will be a D-LUX8 coming in May. And then we will also have the Nikon Z6III likely coming in May. The specs are still wild, but it looks like a small update over the Z6II. And also the Canon R5II is going to be announced in May, very likely, with a new 45 megapixel sensor. It looks like it will have a new 45 megapixel sensor, but I'm not really into those kind of rumors yet. I'm still building up my sources with Canon and Nikon. It looks good, but I think I still have to work to get some more details about those kind of cameras. So May will be super busy, and we are getting a ton of stuff of cameras and lenses. Personally, I'm not so excited about most of that gear. Of course, I don't care about the ZV-10II. I don't care about the FujiGFX 100S2. That will be basically like the GFX 100S. I'm also not amazed by what I'm reading about those wild guesses on the Z6III from Nikon and the R5II from Canon. So those will be not very high-end cameras. Those will be entry mid-level cameras that are selling well and bring small updates. So nothing really exciting or earth-shaking except for the Sony 24-70 2.0 that could be coming in May, but I'm still not sure about. And this is what to expect in May and then in June. The much more exciting stuff I'm working on is the second half of the year. And there we will get some new high-end cameras, some cameras with new kind of features and tech, and I plan that from June from June, July, I can finally share some details about what's coming from Sony, Canon. The Canon R1 is coming, and other high-end cameras that I'm starting to hear from reliable sources. How this works with reliable sources is that they never share everything in advance because they have to protect their how they get the info. So they only share general info months in advance, and then the closer we get to an announcement, because more people know about the camera, then the more I get. So that's why I'm telling you that usually from June, July, I should get more info about the next full frame high-end cameras from Canon, Sony, and Leica, and so forth. So that was my quick roundup of what I shared this week. So as you see, many news, many rumors. Now I'm going over your questions. I'm trying to add eventually some additional info that I didn't share on the websites. So gave me some time to scroll from the start your questions. Of course, if you make some kind of donation, I would appreciate it. I would try to give my best answer possible to your question. Let's see. Roy is asking about the rumor about the A1II. So that's something where I'm pretty certain that the A1II from Sony, so the flagship camera, will probably be announced in 2025 and not in 2024. That's something that I started to get from sources. So if you're waiting for the Sony A1II, you have to wait a lot longer. Makes sense also because the Sony A1 just got a major firmware update, so they would make sense from Sony to announce an A1II now after such a big update. Any rumors about additional focal length lenses for Sony? No, we just got that amazing 51.0. I have it. I did show it in my past live stream. I don't have it here right now, but I don't have info about new focal length lenses. Canon has opened the mount, and it means more pressure on Sony. So we can hope a revolutionary firmware update strategy soon. I think Sony got the message. I think we can expect that it will slowly improve the pace of firmware updates and also the quality of the firmware updates. I think it takes time. Like, for example, we saw it, of course, from the bug they had with the latest firmware update. It happens with every manufacturer, but of course it was quite annoying. And we also saw that the FX3, FX30 only will get the firmware update in September. So you can see that they're not really prepared to be very committed on that. That it still needs time to build up a team that makes that machine work. So I think Sony got the message, and I think that from now on things will go better. But we have to keep an eye on them and be a tiny bit annoying just to make sure that they get the message. And by the way, Canon has opened the mount as of now only for aps-c lenses, so the Canon triple hammer still exists. So it's not only Sony crippling sometimes stuff, it's every manufacturer, and so Canon also. Should I get a vlog camera? Yeah, you could wait for the ZV E10 that will be announced in 3-4 weeks from now. If this is something interesting for you, wait. Any speculation about Panasonic cameras for 2024 is video focused. I'm working on it. I have a very reliable Panasonic source, but he's very only spilling out little info, but the little it's very reliable. And he told me about one full frame camera. I still have to share that video and that rumor in one of my next videos. But the info wasn't about a video focused Panasonic camera, but about the high resolution camera. He told me something new just yesterday, and I will make a new video and post on lrumors.com soon. But about video focus camera, I will ask him, I will mark this question and ask him if he knows something about this and let you know. Is anyone going to release competition for the Fuji X100VI? Angelo, yes, the Leica D-LUX8 is coming in May. That's the first info. I think, I'm pretty certain there will be other manufacturers coming. I have some info about one of them, but I still have to make a video about it and make an official rumor, and it's going to be quite a big one, so I cannot share it yet. But yes, particularly I think the second half of the year. The Leica is coming now, but the other cameras could be coming the second half of the year. But maybe it's too late to be a real competitor, but more about that in my next videos. But it looks good for competition. Sony RX1rIII, I hope so. And I don't think it's a crazy hope. It's a realistic hope. That's what I can say. What month do you think new Sony cameras will be in store? Q4 or 20? I don't get that question. Sorry, I don't understand. If you can repeat it then. Sony Zoom LED 24-200. I didn't hear any info about this lens yet. I don't have info about the new Sony kit lens, because the ZV-E10 will be announced along a new aps-c E-mount zoom kit lens that is made especially for vloggers. I don't have the specs, but I think I will get it within the next couple of days, so about that I will have some info very soon. New A7S camera in Q3 or Q4. So the one thing I can tell you nearly for certain is that there is one alpha camera coming, full frame alpha camera coming in Q3. And knowing the source, he will share more details later on. Yeah, because probably it's too early to share the name of the camera yet. But it would make sense this would be the A7S4. At least for me it would make sense. It's not the A1II, that's something I can tell you. So the option is the A7V, the A7S4, or something completely new. Those are the three options possible. My bet would be on the A7S4. It will be interesting to see if Sony changes the position on the 15 frames per second limitation. Yeah, that's something we have to put some pressure on. You know, I do only a small part, I'm nobody. But we keep repeating this on sonyalpha.com and the videos that this is quite an annoying limitation. At least maybe there is even a technical reason, a good reason why Sony does it, but then they should explain it why they do it. or be just open, like Canon, for example, openly say that they want to protect their business, and that's why they don't give full access to their mount. And I think that's fair. Then we know it. I like it when they are transparent, even if the answer is not what you wanted. So I hope that Sony can answer that in the next months, but we have to keep asking them. And then, like it was with the firmware update for 1 year, famous people did push on it, and then they reacted, maybe even on that limitation, even if that's a smaller thing, maybe they will react. I don't have info yet about the ZV Mark II features. I only know about some kind of new AI features, but don't expect anything earth-shaking from the ZV Gen 2. If I can share info about the A7V. I'm very honest, I got only a small reliable info on the A7V, and I don't feel ready to share it yet because it's still far out, so it's not coming anytime close to A7V, so don't expect it within the next 5-6 months. But I know at least something, and I hope that I can confirm it in the next weeks or 1-2 months, and then I can start to talk about this camera. But I think the A7V looks like could be a real winner camera. I hope I think Sony will do something great with the A1II and the A7V, and I think both are more likely, you never know, but more likely to be announced in 2025 than this year. So 2025 will be very, very big for Sony. Also 2024, particularly with lenses. I'm scrolling down, sorry, it takes so if I have some pauses, but I try to read everything you send me and make it to be fair to anyone. What happened to all the GH7 rumors published this winter? I hope that Panasonic will do the GH7. It will be about time. I think they would sell still a lot of those cameras. They don't have to reinvent the wheel, they just have to add the reliable new autofocus system, face detection, and add some tweaks here and there. The GH7 is a great camera except of the autofocus performance, so they should just make it. I really hope it's coming this year, but I still don't have a confirmation. Yeah, I would try to let you know about the Panasonic video-centric camera. I marked the question and will let you know. If Sony decides to make a new fixed lens, if they make a new fixed lens full-frame camera, by the way, I don't know if it would be named RX, could be completely new kind of full-frame fixed lens camera. That's a bit of a teaser. Will drop just like this on this live chat. But I told you previously that there was a they made a research, and one of the among photographers, Sony alpha photographers, people that are paid by Sony or working close to Sony, and one of the requests was to make the lens wider, so no more 35mm but something like 28mm. I don't know if they will do it. All the patents that I saw in the past year still show that different versions of a fixed lens 35mm camera, but I also hope that that's wider. I think 28 would be better than 35. That's my opinion, but I'm still not sure about if this is going to happen. FX3 II. What I can tell you, so that would be something new that I can tell you, is that this is not the next FX camera that will be announced. That's something 100% certain. That's something from highly trusted sources. The next FX camera to be announced is not the FX3 II. I don't know when the FX3 II will be announced. Could be early 2025, but not in the next 3-4 months. And I don't have yet specs about this camera. I can see the A7S IV coming before that, and then the FX3 II, and maybe they are related, maybe featuring the same sensor. That will be exciting, but let's see. I hope it's a global shutter sensor. That's my hope, because global shutter makes a ton of sense, particularly in video, in my opinion. As a filmmaker, I would love to get this one. FX9 2 rumors? Soon. Maybe soon. Nikon Z6III release date. There is still no official release date, but should be May, June. So the next 2 months. aps-c kit lens, a fixed. I don't know if I understood you well. You're thinking about a fixed lens RX aps-c camera. I don't understand, but I don't think if Sony will make a new RX model that it's aps-c, it will be surely a full frame. What about a WOW camera? No, it was a WOW product. It's the 2470 2.0. I always told you that there would be a WOW product from Sony, and I think the 2470 2.0 is one of those lenses, because it will be optically great, still compact enough that you can use it. So this is a great lens. I can't wait to see it. Do you think the next Sony yeah, if it's the A7S4, I hope that it has global shutter. That's my hope, but I'm not sure yet, because the A7S4, actually everybody looks at it like as it would be a video focused camera, but actually the focus is on sensitivity. That's why you have the S, and the global shutter probably has that tiny bit of drop in dynamic range and more noise that wouldn't justify to use it if the goal is to give you ultimate sensitivity. But I don't know if it will use a new global shutter sensor that's different than the A9 III. For me, global shutter, I think the A7S4 should have global shutter, because I see it more as a video focused camera than sensitivity, but that's me. So I don't know. Yeah, the A9 III body. I think one of the best thing of the A9 III is the new body, you know, the new grip, the new buttons. I think it's great, and while I don't have a 100% confirmation, I'm betting everything that everybody from now on, like the A7S4, if it comes to A1II, will have the A9 III kind of body, maybe even with some additional updates. Oh, I got, thanks, Luis Fernando Cruz, sorry. Can you ask if Panasonic has any plans to fix 60 120 FPS crop at internal? I'm deciding if I should buy the... okay, I will write down this question, screenshot it, and ask it to the one Panasonic source that I have. I think the S5II is actually a great camera. I really love the Lumix cameras. I know they are not selling much, and that's pity. I think if you look at what they give you in terms of features and the price, I think it's the best full frame camera you could get. But of course, Sony, Canon, Nikon have the brand recognition and their long history, and so it's hard for Panasonic to fight into this market. But Panasonic is doing many things right, and I hope that they fix also that kind of issue. Knowing Panasonic, they are serious about fixing issues. So my guess would be that they are going to fix it. But I don't have proof about it, and I think the S5II is a really great camera. So if it does what you need, definitely buy it. Sorry if I pause a bit, but I have to read a couple of questions. Some questions are repeated, so I have to... I have no info about new wide-angle lenses from Sony or Sigma yet. So I told you today that Sigma will announce in May the 2470 2.82, an updated new designed version of the currently available 2470, and I also told you there will be some new lens coming right after this, probably in June. but I still don't have the specs of this lens, so I don't know if this is a wide-angle lens. From Sony, I don't have info yet about any Sony wide-angle lens coming soon. Do you think the new Sony fixed-lens camera would try to compete with the X100 or the Leica Q? I think it would be more competitor of the Leica Q. I don't think it will have, that's just my guess, I don't have final confirmation. I think the chances are good that we are getting a full-frame fixed-lens camera from Sony. I don't have yet the detail about what kind of body it will have, but I think it will rely heavily on the history of the RX lineup, which means full frame, very compact. It will not have a classic look like the Fuji X100, not the hybrid viewfinder. It will be more for like a Q competitor for nearly half the price, or 1/3 less of the price, and probably even have better image quality. I can bet Sony putting a lot of good tech inside, or maybe a new kind of sensor. So I think they will aim for the Leica Q more than the Fuji X100. What camera do I shoot? So I shoot Mamiya 7 medium format film a lot. I like it. I like it to have the negatives like this. I just like the idea to have a physical thing I can judge and keep, that it's not digital, and I don't have to be afraid that the hard disk breaks or that I somehow lose the images. So I shoot a lot of film, particularly Mamiya 7. I have also a Leica MP 35mm. I like the camera, but the quality of the Mamiya 7 images are so much higher that basically I'm only using Mamiya 7. By the way, buy it if you can find a Mamiya 7.2 or Mamiya 6, which is super cool, also the square format. Buy them. Those are amazing cameras to use, because they're compact. They're not like the big medium format cameras that are very difficult to carry with you. The Mamiya you can always carry with you, and you have such amazing experience with that camera. So that's my tip for you: buy such a Mamiya 7, 7.2 or 6 if you can, and they only go up in value. So I have two actually of them, one black and one beige version, and both the value did go up like with inflation. So a very good investment. And I have, of course, the Sony A7V for my digital work that I do for video recording. Particularly, I do documentaries and so forth. And then I have some older cameras like the Panasonic Lumix GM1, which I loved. I loved it. I also had the pen, but I gave it to a father from my wife. The first Olympus pen, and I will keep that because it was one of those cameras that gave me a wow the first time I had it. I made also a work in Australia with that camera. The GM1 Lumix, it's beautiful camera. And then other cameras I don't have. I don't buy a lot of stuff. I don't have a lot of stuff. It's not. You see often those YouTubers, they show you like Matt Granger. They are professional. I'm not such good as those kind of, or Miguel Quiles or whatever. They're very good. They're all very good. They have a ton of stuff. Me not. Me on the Sony, I'm currently using 2 lenses. That's it, and I'm very happy with those 2 lenses. And on the Mamiya, I have all 3 primes. I have 3 primes, and that's it. Okay, let's move. Lumix GH7. Yeah, that compact Panasonic discontinued their entry-level compact micro four thirds cameras, but they stated a couple of times in interviews that they would actually then considering continuing it, and in my opinion it should, because there is, particularly in Asia, increase of demand for entry-level system cameras. Like, for example, just recently Olympus announced that they can't keep up production of the AP7 in Asia. So you cannot even buy this camera in Europe and in the States. But in Asia, they are going mad for this camera, and they want it because it's affordable, it's interchangeable, looks good. And so in my opinion, they should do, Panasonic should do a camera like this. Like I told you, I have the GM1, I love it. I think they should keep try to do this kind of camera and even try to make a compact full frame L-mount camera. That's my opinion. The bridge camera sector, no, I don't think so. If you're looking, the bridge cameras, those kind of super zoom cameras, they are not in demand right now, so I don't see Sony, Panasonic and others making new kind of cameras. At least, and I didn't get any rumor about that. What about any retro style full frame camera from Sony? No, it's not the kind of company that wants to do that. I think they should do it. I think they should do a retro Minolta branded, or even whatever. It could be Sony branded, but with some kind of older Minolta-like design. I would love it. I made a video about this. I asked them 1,000 times to do it. I can't see them doing this, but they should listen to me. They should really call me and tell me, and I would try to pitch 10 minutes, make a 10-minute pitch to explain why they should do it. I know that Canon will do a retro style camera, so Nikon has one with the ZF, Fuji of course, and Canon will do it. It would be just stupid if Sony wouldn't do it. Also because they have the Minolta heritage, so they can tap into great designs from Minolta. OpenGate A7S4, I hope, but I have no info about this yet. Sorry, now I'm scrolling. Yes, the A7R5 flip and tilt screen should come to the other models forward. I think yes. I cannot see Sony going back. Again, yes, I also, Jacob, I hope they will do it. A micro four thirds compact camera, you know, with small micro four thirds lenses, putting in your pocket like this and taking out. I still love the GM1. I think the Panasonic GM1 one day, TikTokers will start to hype this camera, and so my bet is that my camera GM1 will raise in value soon, like the Fuji X100, because it's a gorgeous little camera. Panasonic does really nice designs. Will Sony ever make an instant camera like Fuji, Leica support? Nope. They don't have, of course, the heritage. Fuji has all the knowledge. Maybe they could partner with Kodak trying to do something, but I cannot see them doing this. I already asked Miracle 1 month ago, asking Sony to add Kodak film styles. If they are going to do that, I will run naked through the street. Because I'm saying this because I'm sure they're not doing this, but I would love if Sony would be open to this, and even instant camera would be nice, but I don't see this happening. Can you see Sony adding internal ND to new video cameras? I can see it, yes. They can do it, they have the knowledge. I don't know how long it will take to make this, for example, to implement this, for example, on an A7S camera or the FX3 camera. I don't know, I don't think it's coming on the next A7S4 or FX3 II. So it might take 3-4 years, but they have the tech, they can do it. But I think it will, first they will keep it high end and then only in time trickle down to lower end models. No, our Lumix L-mount cameras are not selling well according to the store owners. I know quite a bit of store owners in Europe and US and some also in Asia. They're not selling really well. Maybe they meet the expectation of Panasonic, maybe, because I don't know what the internal expectations are, but the sales are really low compared to anything from Nikon, Canon and Sony, and it's pity. I hope they can do something. I think having, for example, a compact, stylish, full frame camera, L-mount camera would help. Yeah, but I don't know. Is Sony A7V release? Yep, I started to get one trusted source told me something about this, but I have to make a video about this in the next weeks. So I'm not going to spoil you now with what I heard, but but not anytime soon. So not in the next 5-6 months. Will Sony make a small video center camera with A9 III sensor? I think yes. Yeah, they will do it. That's just my guess, but I think they will do it. I didn't hear anything about 1224 G2. Sorry, I'm now reading again. Many questions, and sometimes it jumps up and down, so I have to scroll up again. Thanks for your smile. Everyone hit the like button for this guy. Yes, because I'm a loser, folks. I'm working in this business for 15 years, and for 12 years I didn't open a YouTube channel, and everybody was picking up my rumors from the websites and making a lot of visits on their YouTube channel. Of course, they also made other stuff, so I'm not going to blame them or whatever. They made the right decision. So for me, it's hard to go up into the algorithm, because whenever I post a rumor, I see the big ones reposting it and even making some fun about it, but always taking my rumors. They can do it, of course. It's not. I'm super happy if they do it, but if you like this video now, the YouTube algorithm will notice that they should promote this video and not the videos from others coming after. So again, just putting likes helps. It's stupid, I know, but if you really like this video, then do it. You don't have to do it if you don't like it, but it's just a reminder that it's important. Yeah, algorithms are the new kings, not real people. No info about the Lumix Compact FF. I hope to get it soon. Pen F2, I don't have info. I hope they are doing it. I believe the success of the Pen EP7 in Asia will push When Digital to develop a new pen camera. I don't know if it's going to be the Pen 8 or the Pen F2. I suspect the Pen 8 has more chance because it's more entry level, and that's what's selling best in Asia. So I don't know if the Pen F2 is coming. Don't know, because When Digital is quite a strange, weird company right now. There are many stories going around that I didn't tell about that company, because there are actually some good people from Olympus inside, but they are still completely unclear about the direction they want to take. Their first direction was just to cutting costs, but I hope that in time the few figures from Olympus will take over and give a direction, and also start to not be afraid, because they're too afraid. That's the thing I realized, too afraid to do anything, and cutting costs kills the company. You will not revive it by cutting costs. You will revive it by being bold. What's an example of a company that has been bold? Blackmagic from Australia. They have been bold. They have, of course, a very famous leader, a CEO, but they have been bold on the software, on the cameras, and I think being bold pays off. Even if you fail one time, I think it will pay off in the long term. Panasonic will release A7C2 with after. I have no info about this. Which lens do you have for the Mamiya 7? What is it? The 65mm. It's the main lens I use. The 43mm and then the 80mm. I'm using mainly 65. The 43 for architecture, and yeah, it's one. I can understand that Giovanni selling the Mamiya 7 2 lenses was one of the saddest days, but maybe one day you can buy it back. No, Gemma, I don't think an updated A7C is coming anytime soon. Will the second half alpha camera to be released in July or August? No, it's more towards August, September, not in July. Sorry, if I lost again. A7V, I have some info about the time frame soon, but it's not coming. Still within October, no. Will OM System join the L-mount group? I don't think so. I don't think so. Although I think I missed to report a weird rumor. Somebody that was in one of the meetings from OM Digital 1 year ago, they made a brainstorm about also going into a new direction with a different kind of sensor size. So they were actually open for a moment to the idea to explore new territories, but I don't think then they decided to do it, and I don't think L-mount would even accept when digital into the system. I don't think they see a value in a company that is now still struggling to find a direction. No. Do you think IBIS can still be improved? I think it will be improved. I don't know. I don't have the technical skills to give an evaluation about that. My feeling is that you will rely more and more on software. You know, having a wider lens than crop in it to have very stabilized image is probably the thing that gives you more additional value in future. But that's just my guess. The thing is, I have one reliable info about the Sony A7V. And the reason why I'm not sharing is because I am using this one reliable info as a sort of blueprint for all the rumors I'm receiving from other sources. So if they tell me, the A7V, we have this, and it's not what I know for sure, then I know the source is not valid or that the info is not valid. So I can only post info about the A7V when I have multiple such reliable info. Then I can start to give you some info. So it's not that I really want to torture you by not sharing everything I know. It's that it makes sense in the long term to do everything this way. So as soon as I have more info, I will tell you something about the A7V. Buy the A7 IV because the A7V is not coming in the next 5-6 months. If the A7 IV is good enough for you, buy it. New RX10? No, I didn't hear anything about this. Yes, I would actually pay for Kodak film simulations on my Sony camera. I think it would be a big business for Sony. Give me €10, for example, or $10. Let me pay $10 for Portra 400. I would buy it, or even 20, because it would. But it has to be done right, which means Kodak has to approve it, give you the science about the colors, grain, and everything, dynamic range of that film, and make it so that it stays consistent in time. And then, for me, the value would be that if I have a certain style that I know how it works, and that's consistent, that's approved, that would give me a nice workflow for my images. I know I would have that film style, so I would pay $20, no problem. I think it would be a big business, bigger than Fuji, because Fuji will never use other styles. Sony could have a sort of open style system where not only Kodak but all our Cinestill, Ilford, everyone could offer for sale their approved style, and you pay for it. I think Sony would make a ton of money. I'm sure about it. I'm sure, really. Sony, again, call me. You would make a ton of money with the open film styles ecosystem. What do you think? Let me know in the comment system. I would pay, no problem. OM5, OM1 selling well? Depends. In Asia, Japan, yes. In Germany, I heard that actually yes, sales are good. In the US, no. That's my quick answer. The next Lumix, I don't know yet. I don't think, but I would love to get a compact full-frame L-mount camera. I don't have an info yet about this. I got the rumor actually from a good source, but then something has apparently changed in the roadmap of Sony. So this is one of the rumors that are on hold because something has changed. But I heard about something aps-c Cine alike, but it's now on hold. That's my quick answer, and give me some time. I hope to get some update in the next weeks Yes, you missed me talking about the GFX. The GFX 100S2 is coming now in May. You can read on fujirumors.com everything about this camera, but I'm not excited at all about this camera. To me, it makes zero sense. They should make, like I told you previously, an XT medium format camera, not all those similar kind of bodies. And the new Leica will be the Leica D-LUX8 coming in May. No, don't wait for the A7 IV if you need a camera. Sorry, A7 V. It still takes a lot of time. Yes, I hope Sony will integrate Lightroom presets like Panasonic, but I don't know if this is going to happen. What's your favorite color? Yellow. Because that's what... yellow is my favorite color. Gives me... it's a warm color. So there are no more questions? If guys, never base your buying decision on rumors first rule, so no matter what I say. Okay, the second, if a camera does what you need now, buy it. Even if there's a new camera coming 1 month that does something better than this one, the one you focus on your needs. If it serves your needs, buy it and don't think about it. Sony had bad color science. They improved over time. They actually did invest into that. I now think the differences are small between different manufacturers. I think Hasselblad is on top. That's also a matter of taste, but I think it does depends what you shoot. People's skin tones. There are certain companies doing better. Landscape then is a different story. But I don't think Sony is really worse or better than others. I think the differences are small, and then you edit everything in Photoshop, and then yeah. Check out fujirumors.com. He will share a lot of details about this camera. With the A1II, I expect Sony Bion's processor for the A1II to be quite stunning. Okay, folks, it's 55 minutes that I'm talking. I'm repeating myself. What's your favorite film stock to shoot on? Last question. I always loved black and white Neopan. That I really loved, the Neopan 400, and also the transparent films a lot. Every transparent film, I love it. The idea that you can look like this. On the Mamiya 7 I still shoot transparent. The idea that you can see the image like this, it's amazing. An amazing experience. How am I doing? A genuine question. Do I look that bad that you ask me this? It's a difficult question to answer, but I think like everybody that is watching me right now, you have those challenges in life, coming and going. You never talk about it because we are only having fun. But there are moments with a lot of struggles, moments with less struggles, and I can say that those are moments with many struggles. Nothing that we cannot solve. So still okay struggles until we are alive and kicking. Everything is okay. That's something I learned because I lost one of my best friends, as you know, 1.5 years ago, with whom I worked for 15 years, and that gave me quite a big lesson because you know that life is short. You keep in your head now, but it's feeling that is like falling in love with something that suddenly happens and never lets you lose. That's what's happened in my past 2 years, and so now I'm thinking a lot about this. So for me, those rumor things are a lot of fun and a good distraction. Okay, man, I'm closing now. I have to go and eat something, and you can expect me to post a ton of rumors in the next days. Really, there are many things coming. So again, if you want to help me out, like this channel,